Welcome back. I'm Captain Stancom, and this is the latest installment of every clone trooper that LEGO has ever made, which is a subset of my Know Your LEGO Clones series here on YouTube, and I'll provide a link for that playlist in the description below. So before we get started, I'm just going to ask that you please subscribe to my channel. We've got a lot of other great videos in this series coming up, and with that being said, let's jump into the video. So today's character is the 327th Star Corps Clone Trooper in the original Phase 1 armor, and he has an orange pauldron on his left arm. And this Clone Trooper is featured in two sets. In 2005, he appeared in the 7261 Clone Turbo Tank with the light-up Mace Windu. And then the next year in 2006, he was also included in the second version of that same set, the 7261 Clone Turbo Tank, just without the non-light-up Mace Windu. And this character is modeled after the clone troopers that appear in Revenge of the Sith, specifically on Felucia, where they are assisting Aayla Secura in a battle with the Separatists right as Order 66 occurs. Once Order 66 is announced, Commander Bly and his soldiers proceed to execute Aayla Secura on screen. It is a common rumor that this actually is the original Commander Cody LEGO clone trooper that was made. However, this does not really make sense, first of all because the armor on this clone trooper is nothing like the painting of the armor that Cody has, and his 212th armor is nothing like the 327th Star Corps armor. Besides this, the orange pauldron is clearly something that is also not part of Commander Cody's outfit. This armor, including the pauldron, actually very accurately represents 327th troopers that appear on Felucia. Some have also speculated that this is Commander Bly. However, this is also not the case because Commander Bly clearly has a visor on his helmet. Obviously, LEGO did not have the ability to put visors on helmets at the time, or were not willing to make a special helmet design for that. So it is possible that this was Commander Bly, similar to how Captain Rex in his Phase 2 armor does not have his antenna sticking up. However, I'm more of a purist, and so I do not see this as being Commander Bly, especially because the box on the turbo tank does not mention it being Commander Bly. Thus, I would say that this is just a standard 327th Star Corps clone trooper, or if you want to be specific and name a clone trooper, it could be Gale, who was a clone lieutenant who served alongside Commander Bly and was also present for the execution of Aayla Secura. Besides their brief appearance on Felucia, there are not many other references to the 327th throughout Star Wars. Most notably, they're in the Battlefront 2 video game, as well as in a couple episodes of the Clone Wars. However, in two of those three episodes, they only feature Commander Bly, and in that, Bly is in his Phase 1 armor rather than in his Phase 2 armor. The only other scene in Clone Wars is right in the 7th season, Old Friends Not Forgotten, where it clearly represents Aayla Secura with the 327th about to engage on Felucia, a prelude to what would happen in Revenge of the Sith. With clear nostalgic vibes for old LEGO Star Wars, this is a character that certainly needs to be made again in LEGO Star Wars. However, because it is just not a very well-known character outside of that one scene with Aayla Secura, this character may never be remade in LEGO Star Wars. So, in conclusion, this clone trooper is clearly just another 327th clone trooper who's just a little bit more accurate than the later version of him that is made in 2007. Taking a closer look at this minifigure, we'll take a look at his helmet first. Now, the mold for this helmet is featured in 10 different clone troopers, including both versions of the Shock Trooper, the V-Wing and ARC-170 pilots, and the original Phase 2 clone trooper, among others. The pattern is not unique either, also being featured in the very similar 327th Star Corps clone trooper that appears in the 2007 Clone Trooper Battle Pack. Removing his helmet, we see that he has a black head, which was standard in clone troopers from 2002 to 2008 and was featured in 11 clone troopers during that time. However, there are two more clone troopers that do have black heads, one from 2010 and one from 2011. Next, moving to his torso, you see that the main print is the original Phase 2 clone trooper torso that just has a yellow stripe running down the middle that includes two parts of his belt. Furthermore, there is a black pauldron printed on both the front and back just under his neck, as well as a strap to hold the pauldron in place. And he shares this torso print with his very close brother, the 327th Star Corps clone trooper without the pauldron that appears in the 7655 Clone Trooper Battle Pack in 2007. Next, his arms are white, which is common among clone troopers, and just as with every other clone trooper to date, they are unprinted. And finally, he has black hands, something else that is very common for clone troopers. And finally, his legs, with the black waistband and on-printed white legs, appear in 27 clone troopers, approximately 1/3 of all the clone troopers that LEGO has made. This clone trooper does have an accessory, and that is his distinct orange pauldron that is on his left shoulder. And while there are several similar pauldrons, this specific pauldron, with the black around the neck and the deep orange at the arm, appears in 4 different minifigures in 5 sets. And besides this 327 Star Corps clone trooper, it also appears on 3 different sand troopers, one of which is included in the 7659 Imperial landing craft, as well as the sand troopers included in the 2 4501 Moist Eisley Cantina versions, one with the blue box and one with the original Trilogy Edition box. One interesting note about this 327 trooper is that on the box print, the pauldron for this clone trooper is featured on his right arm. However, when you actually build the clone trooper, it is accurately shown to be on his left arm. And this was most likely done just for stylish reasons of showing the full clone trooper on the box without having part of him obscured by the large pauldron. As for weapons, this clone trooper certainly wins the award for the most unusual of weapons featured on a LEGO clone trooper, and that is because he is given 2 of the revolver pistols used in many other themes such as the Old West and Johnny Thunder. And this is certainly out of place for LEGO Star Wars, where characters obviously have blasters. While these pistols seem out of place, every 327th Star Corps clone trooper actually carries 2 DC-17 hand blasters in holsters on their utility belt. And since LEGO didn't yet have molds for these blasters, they instead used pistols. Thus, this seemingly odd choice of pistols for this 327th clone trooper actually shows a surprising amount of accuracy that LEGO had in making this clone. And as of summer 2022, the average price for this clone trooper is between $18.50 and $43, depending on whether you buy him new or used. And there you have it, the 327th Star Corps clone trooper is often confused with being an officer, but in reality is just the more accurate version of the 327th Star Corps clone trooper that LEGO has made. And that's where we'll leave it until the next installment. And that next installment will feature the original Kashyyyk clone trooper made by LEGO. And if you want to see that video, be sure to subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications so you can find out as soon as that video drops. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and a like is always appreciated. And until next time, this is Captain Stancom, signing out.